So let's continue. When we want to add HTML, okay, so what you already learned before, we put only one line of HTML file. But when you already do your assignment, the HTML file contains many lines. If you put all those things in this part, of course, it is too complicated. Then you need to know how to add HTML. And then how we can use the HTML file for the user interface. Now you will need these three files. Okay, views.py, urls.py, and HTML. So the remaining of these slides will discuss these three files: views, URLs, and HTML. The views.py and URLs can be located in the project folder or a new folder or app folder. So beforehand, let's delete the views.py in the parent folder. So what we just created, let's remove it. So let's remove this one. I will delete. So you can go to the left panel and then let's delete. Okay. You can do the save delete. Yeah, you can just delete it. So you can see later there is an error here because we import this one into the urls.py. So later we will check more about this. So now I would like to make it simple first for you. Actually, there is another way to create a new package. Yeah. But let's create it manually. So let's create a new file folder or Python package, and the name is polls. Okay, so yeah, any name actually is okay. But now let's make it the name as polls. And then let's create a new file views.py in the folder polls. After you create the views.py, so this is the file views.py. So you can copy and paste this one into the views.py in the folder polls. Okay. Now let's see. So here I can create a new Python package. Okay, can you see this one? So in the project, in the Django project at the location of this one, you can press mouse on the click button, right click button, and then you can create new Python package. Okay. So Python package means a folder or a directory, and then you can type polls. If it is a Python package, you will see a folder polls and one file, which is init.py. Okay. Init.py means this is the constructor. And when we have this one, of course, you can open it, but nothing, empty. Okay, so no problem, even though it is empty. Next, create a new file, views.py in the folder polls and copy and paste this code. Okay, so I will copy this one, and then in the folder polls, okay, in this folder, you can see we have a new folder polls here, and then I would like to make a new file. I would like to make a new Python file, which is views.py. So this is like this one. Okay, please remember. Now the fuse.py is located in this folder. Folders. So it means you have a new folder and then you want to create a new fuse. What is fuse? So fuse means something that you want to fill it into the web. So in this case, I want to use the HTTP response and then I want to load something later. And this is the function or the method. I define one variable and the name of the variable is name and the value is half. And whenever I do this, I would like to run hello world.html. So I want to put this into a template. We call it is a template in Django. So we need to create this HTML file later. And then I have context. Context, the name that I created here, it will be the name in the HTML. So we are using the HTTP response in order to render the file. What is the meaning by this render? We want to render the temp. Temp is the variable where you load the HTML file. So we want to put the context and it depends on the request. Okay. So this is the views. So let's see with the next one. After you define the views, you need to define the URLs. So this is a new URLs. Create a new file urls.py in folder pools. So in the folder pools, create a new file URLs and copy and paste this code. So I have the URLs. So it is a Python file urls.py and then you can copy and paste this one. So in this case, I'm going to use the URL patterns. This is the way to define the path. Okay, the path means I want to link to the page in the web browser. In this case, I have nothing, so it's blank. And I'm going to connect to the file fuse.py and go to the function index. And this fuse.py is located in the folder pools. So I will explain this one later for the name. So we need to identify also the name, which is index. After we have this, then let's do the HTML. So the first one is fuse.py. Okay. And then after you do the fuse.py, we go to the next, which is urls.py. After we do the urls.py, we go to the last one, which is the HTML file. So the HTML file, let's create a new file, hello_world.html. And now you need to put it into the folder templates. So there is a folder templates here. And you need to put the hello world.html here. And this is the hello world.html. Okay, now let's do one by one. So let me just copy this one and then you can see the folder templates. Okay, there's a folder templates. You can right click and then you can make a new file. So the new file is HTML file and the name is, of course, if we put the hello_world, it should be the same with that one. Hello_world.html. Now Python will create automatically the HTML file, and this is just the default by the Python. You can change this one, so you can just remove it. You can press Ctrl A. You can remove this one and then change with the file, the HTML file that I gave to you in the PPT. So I think you understand this one. This is HTML. HTML, we have head. In the head, we have title. This is just a character to indicate that it is available with Korean character. Title is Hello World, and then we have body. So we have Hello World, H1. So this is the heading. And then TR. So this is one row. And then we have TD. This is name. TD. And this is name. Okay, what happened to this one? Okay, let's see. If this one is okay, now the last one, we need to again define the URLs. Now the URLs, there are two URLs. The first URLs is located in your folder pools, and the other URLs is located in the folder parent. Okay, it's different. So if it is located in the pools, so it is totally linked to this folder only. But this URLs, it is the parent folder. So in the parent folder, you can go to the admin site, you can go to any other site. But for now, let's skip the admin. I will not discuss the admin, but let's put this yellow color. Let's put this yellow color. So I will show you. In the parent folder, okay, so you can see this is the parent folder. In the parent folder, you can see there is urls.py. In the folder pools, you also see urls.py, but we will not do this one. We will do with the parent folder. Now I will open this one. I will remove this one because this is from the previous one. I will remove this one. And then now I will make the code like this one. Head, I want to connect to the link pools. I want to connect to pools, and I want to include pools.urls. So include, it is now error. Why? Because it is a function in Django and you need to import this function. If you see from the PowerPoint, I mentioned that please also put this include. It means we need to import this function from the URLs in Django. Then I can put include. Okay. When you put the include, now the error disappears. Now there is no error. After that, then let's try. So if you refresh this one, then there will be error. What is the error message? It mentioned that page not found. Nothing happened in this link because we specify the link with the name false. Okay. If you look at the code, You want to put false, okay? Because you have defined this one, then you need to write also the same. In this case, you need to go to false. You can put false and you will see the result. Now, where is false? The false is located in the folder polls, and you need to access the URLs. So the folder polls means this one, and I need to access to URLs. So the URLs is this one. Okay. Now, when you open the urls.py in this folder, what you can see is when there is nothing or where is nothing here, you will execute index in the fuse.py. So where is index in the fuse.py? You can go to the file fuse.py, and then this is the index function in the fuse.py. In this index, you will have name, which is hub, and then this will connect to the hello world.html. So this hello world.html is located here. And then we have the variable name, which is name, and you define hub. So the hub is a value in the variable name, and you want to put the name into the variable name that will be in the HTML file. So you put those two into the HTML file. Now, after you have this, you can go to the HTML file. You will see the hello world name and name. What is this name? This is the name from here. Okay. Let's say I want to change this to unique. Okay. So if I change this variable name unique, is it possible to get the result? Then nothing. Because the variable name should be the same. Okay. When you define this is unique, then what you define in the HTML file here, the name here should be used also the name, which is unique. If you define unique here, then you will see the result of. Now it appears in the web. Okay, like this one. Okay, so yeah, I think you already know. So whenever you do this link, okay, so this is the local host, this is the port number, and if you define something about the link name, then you need to also put the link in the web browser. The meaning by this tag, okay, we call it curly bracket, double curly bracket. This double curly bracket, it is the template tag. So this template tag will appear in the HTML file. When you define this is a name, then you also need to call this is the name. If you change this one to unique, then you need to change also this one to unique. So that's the how the data will be connected from the views.py, or this is the back end, into the front end. So we got this is the front end, and this is the back end. Yeah, so in one semester, we will learn how to connect the back end and the front end, back end and the front end. As you know, in any programming language, we have comments. So comments means we want to put description. The Django template language allow for comments. So to design a comment, we use the sharp. We have the curly bracket, and then we use sharp, and then it will be ended with the sharp and another curly bracket. So the comment will not be printed when template is rendered. So if you put like this one, then it will not be printed. A comment cannot span multiple lines. So we cannot do it multiple lines. For example, the comment tag will not be parsed as a comment. So if you do like this one, it will not be parsed. Let's see. Oh. If you do like this one, let's say I want to do like this. Okay, just press the enter and the result will be, you can see the result. It's not a comment. Okay. So whenever you want to give a description, make sure that do not put multiple lines. So this should be in the same line. Okay. Okay. So let me continue. Now it becomes more complicated because this template tag will refer to the Python language. That's why I mentioned to you, if you understand Python, yeah, it will be convenient for you to understand this template tag. But if you are the first time to learn Python, yeah, this is also a simple way to understand the template tag. So template tags are a way of telling Django that something else come more than plain HTML. So what you already did in your assignment, it was the plain HTML, only making table, only try to show the image, and then you try to put a lot of text and etc. But when you are doing with the web, and when you do with your project, you may need database. You may need to access to the data. You may need to access to your algorithm. So it is not only the plain HTML. You need to do something more. So the template text allows us to do some programming on the server before sending HTML to the client. So there are three things that we are going to learn in this slide. So if, and else, and then we are going to use for list, and then for using dictionary. If, else, if, and if. First, I will explain about if, else, and if. From the word if, we know that this is to evaluate or make a condition. For every element tag, we need to use the curly bracket, and then we need to use the percent symbol and end it with the percent symbol and the ending of curly bracket. So the if tag evaluates a variable if that variable is true or false. I need to put this on or false. So it can be true, it can be false. The system will display everything in between if and if. So for example, if you look at this one, we have if A is greater than B. So if the condition is true, then we will print HTML like this one. A is greater than B. And because we have if, we need to follow with an if. Okay, so it is not common with Python. In Python, you just need to define if, and then you don't need to have an if. But for this template tag, you need to put the an if. For else, so if A is greater than B, then A is greater than B. Else, so if the condition is false, we have B is greater than A. And then again, we need to put an if. We can put a lot of conditions. Similar to Python, we have if, else, and if. So first we have if. If the variable A is higher than variable B, then okay, we can put like this one, var A. Did you remember what is it? This is to call the variable from the backend. A is greater than B. If. So we have another condition. Let's say var A is less than var B, then var B is greater than var A. Else. So var B equals to var A. And then if. So let's do one by one. Okay. As I mentioned to you before, you need to know that you will do three things. Use.py, urls.py, and HTML. So let's do the first with the fuse.py. Add a function if else. We will add this function if else in the fuse.py in the folder post. Okay, so I will do this one, and I will put in the folder false, and then there is a few.py, and then I will paste here. Okay. We have variable var, it is true, var A it is 8, var B it is 5, and then I would like to make a template HTML file which is hello if. And then there will be three files that I want to send from the back end to the front end, which is var is true, it is from the warranty. And then I want to send variable A to the HTML. I want to send the variable B to the HTML. And all of them are in the context one, and it depends on the request. I'm going to render it into the web. This is the view. So this is the explanation. Next, we need to create a link in the urls.py. So let's say I want to just simplify with the word to. So later on, if you use the post, then folder post and then to, and then slash. So this is the link in the web browser. So let me just put this yellow one in the file urls.py. So in the urls.py here, I put one more. So you can see the root now, it will go to 2/ and it will connect to the file fuse.py and the function if else. So the function if else is this one. And then after I define the URLs, now I need to make the HTML file. So in the folder templates, add a file hello if.html and copy all the codes here. We have the templates and then make HTML file hello underbar if.html and then replace this one with the code that I gave to you in the PowerPoint. If you are okay with all those things, now let's run. In the URLs link, we know that it is linked into the 2. Okay. So post 2, so we will see the result like this one. Now we have if or else true. What does it mean? In this HTML file, if else with curly bracket. The curly bracket means I need to check the variable name, and the variable name is warranty. So where is the warranty? The warranty is here. We define the variable warranty, and the variable warranty will be equal to the variable war, the WARR. So the variable WARR is the value of true. And when we run this into the web, we get the result true. Next, we want to check if warranty. I think if you know Python, we know that this is a condition. So if the condition is true, then we will print your warranty information will be included in the packaging. So this is true. Because it is true, then you will see this result. Your warranty information will be included in the packaging. Now you will see another line, BR. What is BR? It goes to the next line. Okay, break line. And then if warranty, if it is true, your warranty information will be included in the packaging, else no warranty of your product. So you can see here, again, your warranty information will be included in the packaging. So the condition is true. The last one is the condition about the variable A and B. Variable A is greater than variable B. If it is true, then we will print this one. If it is not true, then let's check the if. Check the condition. Var A is less than var B. If it is true, then we will do this. If it is not true, we will do this one. Var B equals to var A. On the back end, we understand that var A is 8 and var B is 5. Then the result in this web is 8 is greater than 5. Now let's change. For example, I change the var into false. Okay? everything will be removed. Now the result is only no warranty of your product. Okay, because we change the value to false. Now let's check if I change this variable b. So the variable b originally is 5, now I change to 8. Then if I refresh this one, now the result will be 8 equals to 8. Okay. Okay, so that's about if. In the if, there is also operators. So operators means we can do the if with and or not. And it means both conditions should be true to result the true. Okay. So if I have two conditions for A and for B, then these two conditions should be true in order to execute this one. Now, it is a negate a given variable. So if not var, it means if the var variable is true, then because of not, we make it into false, something like that. Or either condition should be true to result true. Either condition should be true means if this is true, if this is false, then the result will be true if we use or. Okay. So we can define whether it is and is this operator. We can also use not in different way, or we can use or here. So when you use this operator, if text do not allow, it do not allow and or clauses within the same tag. Because the order of the logic will be ambiguous. For example, like this one. If A is a student and A GPA is 3.5, the student joined the community service. So this is not good because you combine everything in one tag. Okay? So you got this one as the clauses within the same tag. So this is not correct. You need to change into some ways like this one. So if you need to combine and or to do the advanced logic, so you need to use nested if. So nested if is one. If A is student, okay, if this is true, then check. If the GPA is higher than 3.5, or if the student join the community service, then you can print this one. The students who have good grades or join community service can join the program. And then we will do an if. Because we have two if, then we need to define two different if. Okay, so but that's about if. Now let's move on to the other kind of template. We call it for. In Python, we know for is used to do the loop for in Python, it is a loop over each item in a sequence. In Django, you need to have for and for. So each time through the loop, the template system will render everything between the for and for. So suppose we have data, weekday. So the data of weekday, we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So when you do the loop in the HTML, you need to do like this one. UL. Do you remember? What is UL? In HTML? It is unordered list. Okay. Unordered list means you just put the palette. I want to put those results into a list for the data in the weekday. So it means I will get the result Monday and then Tuesday and then Wednesday. It is in the list LI. And this is a loop for I in weekday because it is a list. So I will just do loop for every data. It will be printed here and then we will do the N for. Now for this one, let's do something more. Let's do something with the date time. Okay. Let's include the function for loop in the fuse.py in the folder polls. So I have the function for loop and put it into the fuse.py in the folder polls. And for this function, I will use datetime function. So I will use datetime function. It means that I need to import it. Okay. I import the datetime and then I do the for loop. And then let me define. Weekday is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on. And what is today? So we will check what's today. And then later on, we will use the HTML hello underbar for. And we are going to check that they have two variable today here and weekday. So let me simplify with the same name. And then we will do the rendering to the HTML. Okay, I think by now you already understand there are three things you need to do. Okay, so I will make it quick. The first is the fuse.py. In the fuse.py, so I can just put the function here. And then the second one is the URLs. We need to put new path. So I put in the URLs.py new path. And then the last one, I need to make the HTML. So in this case, the HTML file is this one plus this one, okay? Because it is too long. So after you copy and paste this one, please put also this one below of this one. So it is a continuous code actually. So let's make the hello for.html in a folder template. Let's make hello for. And then I will do this one, copy and paste. Okay, after I copy and paste this one, and then let's do this one, and let's copy this one below the first part. So it will be very long. And after that, let's run it. If you look at the URLs, so the root will be number 3. Okay. Now let's open the root with number 3. So we can see the for loop 2 and so on. Okay, I need some time to explain this one. Let's have a break. Okay, I will continue.